Hello, and welcome back to this King's Bounty 2 Challenge Let's Play. And you are keeping on with Mr. Naviton. Okay, so last episode we ended up here in the Mage's Tower, finally. And let's go over the stats and let's see where we're at, right? So Catherine is now at level 14. And so we have 2410 leadership, got a little bit of money, and some 1232 mana crystals. And this is kind of the army that we have right now. And as our talent chart goes, we have 17 finesse points, 5 anarchy, and 8 order. And we want we're gonna save this talent point that we have up here for a little bit later. Okay, now we went through all that. Let's go through the map. Oops, wrong map, this one. So you can see we did all the exploration in the Mage's Tower. And we also did a couple easy quests here that didn't really take that much hard work on our part. And we're going to save the one quest that is a fight here for a little bit later. What I have planned for today is we are going to venture out, work on these 3 quests, and these are definitely in King's Bounty fashion. They go back and forth, back and forth. It's a lot of running around. And then we're going to go to Marcella and try to get some new duds for Catherine. And then we'll come back here and kind of come up in this area. And then we'll come down through this area. So that's the plan for today. All right, that was a long enough intro. So let's go ahead to a waypoint, or not a waypoint. We're going to go to the waypoint down here. Then we're going to start exploring a little bit. Because we explored this side of the map all the way up to this rock. So we got to find a few caches along the way. Because these duds that I plan on getting for Catherine they're a bit of money. Yeah, not gonna lie, they're expensive. But she needs to look like a cool mage. Right now, she does not, in my opinion. Alright, let's go around these guys. Okay, the first of our encounters is Elmira, and let's talk to her.
Sorry. Oh, you're not from the fair, are you?
Hey there, girl. Are you all right?
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you know about the fair on the Eastern Road? Merchants from Lorien and Artisania gather there to trade.
I'm a stranger to these parts and don't know anything about the local fairs. And no, I haven't seen it.
My father, Edel, went to the fair and never returned. He promised to return within a day with a present for me, but he's still not back. Perhaps you'll learn something if you're out that way.
Okay, so we got a new quest, a gift for Elmira. Alright, so now Bernard. We know Bernard here. We've met him before, and he still has a terrible haircut.
What an intriguing village, with a very unusual magical signature. Do you know what this device was detecting?
No, of course not. But fortunately, the Creator has heard my prayers. Amanda, a neighbor of mine from Parnack, found me. Let me present her to you and she'll explain it all.
Always pleased to meet someone learned.
Let me introduce myself. I'm Amanda, a disciple of the Mage's Tower. Bernard was exceedingly nervous about the device, so I said I would try to figure it out myself. Let me see it. Give me a few minutes.
Okay. How many minutes does she need? How about now?
Well, what does it say?
It indicates a strong efflux of dark charms in the village, most intensely by the mountain wall. What could it be? Oh, Creator, the Mage's Tower!
Why am I not surprised to hear about mages?
Grills! There are several of these round waste grills on high, and one of them is open. That means the mages were dumping their magical garbage down on the village. The locals have nothing to do with it. We thought the villagers of Rickville were poisoning us. They've always hated us. But as it turns out, the mages are truly to blame.
Such a grave accusation must be supported by proof. Any ideas?
How about this? Let's meet in the Mage's Tower in the yard by the Market Street. I seem to recall something relevant in the archives. Not to worry. I'll figure something out.
Okay, and we got... she gave us some assassin's boots. Okay, those will be up for sale. Yeah, they're not for a mage. I mean, I guess you could, but not recommended. Okay, here's Servant.
Hey, have you seen someone named Fontaine?
Yeah. He rushed in here just a little while ago. Scared stupid. He's hiding in the backyard, terrified someone's gonna come for him. He's a jittery fella.
Alright, so let's search the barrels. Fontaine, Fontaine. Come out, wherever you are.
Come out. I know you're there.
Yeah, right. So you can beat me too?
Kamos the Smith is very eager to see you.
I know. That's why I'm hiding.
In that case, I'll have to shake you out of there. Do you hear? That's better. Why are you so stubborn?
I'm trying to stay away from Kamos. I got beaten once already today. I don't need a licking from him too.
So you're the victim. Interesting. Who beat you up?
These bandits at the fair. I left the carriage behind too.
Bandits? You'd better go see the blacksmith and tell him everything.
But you don't know Kamos. He won't listen. I abandoned his carriage and tools. Well, that's all it'll take for him to judge me guilty.
These bandits you ran into, are they still at the fair?
No idea. I ran for it once the brawl started up. People were being beaten, stalls trashed, things stolen. I just ran. I'm not ashamed. My life is worth more than a box of tools.
Yes, yes it is. Okay, so another quest that is leading us to this fair. Alright, here's the cache here. So, let's look at the map. The fair is right here. So, we will get there eventually. There's a cache here. Yep, that's it. Let's go up the side. Through the weeds. Another cache here. Okay, so let's run in this building here.
Palatinus, we need to talk. Raise your shield, please.
Go away! Stop torturing me! My soul is afire! Can you not see how I am suffering? Oh, never again will I pursue easy money. The elementals are charging my shield right now! If you dare break into their cage, they'll tear you to pieces! Neither you nor they can get me! Now get out of here! Venenum magnum.
Okay. We're not paranoid, are we? Okay, so let's touch the magic cage.
To directly connect his shield to the spirit realm. A genius indeed.
Leave me be.
Alright, so to solve this, we have two options. The power option is to beat down the elementals, or the finesse option, and that is to solve a riddle to lower the shield. So we're going to choose finesse option because we are a mage. And so we just need to match these two symbols. And so you got the
Let's continue.
kind of like the T sort of looking thing, and maybe kind of a, I don't know, W
That's what I
sort
need.
of. I try to associate the runes with kind of the closest letter to what I think it might be. So now we have four more: an I, a J, an A, and an N. And those are all outside. And so you can see this one, that is not it. We can see this one, which does look like the A.
Right.
So we'll touch that one, not that one. Another thing to read. Chest here. This looks like the J. Yep, we want
I'm
this
doing
one.
pretty well so far.
And we're gonna run around towards the back. That is not one. There is a cache back here in the corner. And another chest here. This is a power obelisk, and so we get 1 to magic power. Here is the eye.
Well, next.
That is an M. That is not it. We're looking for the N. That is not it. That is not it. Here it is.
Right.
There. And you can see we got 3 finesse points for that. There's a chest back here. Definitely want to get that. Come on. Get down the steps. There we go. Alright, let's go back to Palatinas.
Why won't you let me work?
I have a guest letter granting access to the Mage factory with your seal and signature. What do you say to that?
Yes, the letter is mine. I'll tell you the truth. My daughter Teresa is severely ill. Our healers were unable to help her, but I'd heard of someone in Artisania.
The details don't interest me. I need to know everything about your dealings with the 2 guests from that letter. Their names were Ursula and Albert, right?
They promised to pay for Teresa's treatment. In return, I was to create a special poison for them. You see, I uncovered a secret of the Dark Adepts. The Mage factor named it the Widow's Kiss. I haven't a clue why. The poison drives its victims to fits of insanity. Strange name for it. I told Albert numerous times he needed to use Lorianese glass flasks, but he never listened. Poor old fellow. I wonder if he's still alive.
Looks like you breathed in a lungful of that poison yourself. Stick to the point, Palatinus.
Yes, of course. I just need to focus. Those greedy aristocrats. They demanded I make them more poison. As if one order wasn't enough. Because of them, I was in a rush, and then... the boiling flask burst right in front of me, poison spraying everywhere. They ran, of course. Oh, Creator, the sound of those screams coming through the window. Dreadful.
I don't believe you. If the retort had burst in your hands, you would be mad too. How are you still able to talk, Palatinus?
I had time to take the antidote. There was little enough of it, but it was effective. And if my hands weren't shaking, I'd buy the elements. I remember nothing more. Why did I come here?
It appears from the equipment laid out here that you were about to produce another dose of poison. Were you not?
No. I know I'm making an antidote. I must eliminate Widow's Kiss to the last drop. This poison must be destroyed. But wait! Only my retort burst. The second was in Ursula's hands. That's it! They still have the Widow's Kiss. You must find them immediately.
Okay. So for that, we got 500 mana. Yeah. Very, very, very worth it. Okay. Alright, so you can see down the hill we got a fight right there. We will get to that here in this episode, but just not right now. Okay, so you saw I came down the hill there and touched the false wall. We get 2 scrolls and a chest. A little bit more mana. It's always useful. Okay, I don't have a full complement of troops right at the moment, so I could do something like that, and then the mercenaries. And okay, let's see what this fight's about. Equal enemy. They have free archers, rank 3, flamethrowers, raiders, House Carl dwarves, and more raiders. Okay, we will come back to that fight. You know what? Let's grab Trigger. We're gonna go back into the Mage's Tower now.
My boy wrote to say he started studying.
Today's a very important day for us, my lord.
Let's go find Amanda. And she happens to be right here.
This place doesn't look like a library to me. But Amanda has the final word on that.
It seems my worst fears have been confirmed. A short while before the epidemic began, an artifact was brought to the tower. It was excavated from somewhere deep in the ancient crypts on Mage Actarius's orders. Apparently the mage in question is our librarian. He's incredibly nasty, but he seems to reserve an especially black hatred for me. He refuses even to speak to me.
Someone else needs to talk to him then.
Since you're here, could you talk to him, please? Meanwhile, I'll try to find out something about artifacts and curses.
Okay. So, on our way to Octavius. Yeah, he's...
Rector's birthday is the most important event of the semester.
Yeah.
A good many eminent...
He's way back here. He's right here.
Honorable Actarius, would you kindly tell me about the artifact you found in the ancient crypts?
What, again? I'm tired of explaining myself. I haven't followed that kind of research in countless years. I'm a librarian for Ulagi's sake. Ah, that crazy Amanda woman sent you, right? She's always nosing around where she's not welcome.
Octarius, there's no need to get worked up. You don't want to run afoul of Prince Adrian's envoy now, do you?
Oh, so you know the prince personally. What was it you wanted? It's just that...
I want to know why you needed that artifact, and where it is now.
I don't know where the artifact is now. This was a long time ago. There might be more about it in the research log. You can find it in the alchemy lab.
There. That's what I wanted.
Okay, so, like I explained before, this is definitely a runaround quest. So now we gotta go back to the alchemy lab. Before we do, I missed a scroll,
Hi-ho.
and so I gotta go grab it real quick. And then we'll run to the alchemy lab. Yep, I missed a scroll in all my searching. And it's right here. Celestial Fire, we know that one. Okay. So we need to go here. Find the waste disposal log. Right there. is right back here.
Guess what I saw in the refectory after supper yesterday?
Roast beef?
Missed it by
Hey.
one. It is back here.
I implore you. No, I demand of you.
Okay, let's grab it. It's right there.
Spirit, Castle Alba
So
is my ancestral
now
home.
where do we want to go?
Not in the best condition.
Well, we want to go back over here. But it's okay because we need to lift the spell off of Yvonne. So we can do both those quests at one time. In my opinion, they should have put a waypoint over in that
What do
corner.
you know about Palatinus? He's been spotted roaming
But,
the tower grounds recently.
They didn't, so is what it is. So we'll just get on trigger. Just ride as quick as we can. We're gonna just do a trot through the Mage's Tower, but we can speed things up once we get outside. Yeah, here we go. Alright, giddy up, trigger. Come on. So we're gonna go left. Then up here we're gonna take another left. Come up here. We'll take care of or help Yvonne out first. Yeah, poor girl.
Care.
Ugh.
Shh. It's all right now.
What happened?
Your sweetheart put a tiny little spell on you. You've been under its effects for several days.
By the gods. Ugh, my head is spinning like a top. Ugh.
Yeah, I bet it is. Okay, so you can see that we got a magic shackle scroll as a reward for that. Now, that scroll is, I'm going to leave it as a scroll. I am not going to learn it as a spell. It's just one of those that I will have a unit that has that ability already. Okay, we need to talk to Sax.
Here you are. How are you doing? The view nicely complements the toxins, eh?
What? What do you mean?
You tell me. About how you dumped the waste from the artifact examination out here.
How did you find out? Did that spirit send you?
What spirit? Sax, you poisoned an entire village. Do you know what will happen to you if somebody finds out?
It's not my fault. I was following the spirit's orders. Look, that artifact is possessed by a spirit. A ghost. Some restless soul. It's been haunting my dreams. Then it demanded I ignore the rules and dump the waste right over there.
I think I'm beginning to catch on. Continue.
The water was imbued with a magic that empowers the spirit. Once that water ended up in Parnak, they all got sick. Now he wants to know where the artifact is buried, but well, no one's gonna tell me that. I'm a mere disciple. An exhausted disciple.
He wants to finish what he started. I believe I know enough now.
Okay, so let's look at the map and see where we gotta go. Now we gotta go back to Bernard at the tavern. But before we do that, let's go question Albert and Ursula about the second retort. And then we're gonna go buy our new duds there. I think we have enough gold. Alright, Trigger. Got a long way to go there, buddy. Boy, I tell you. Trigger just does not turn quick, like tightly. alright. They should have left a waypoint like right there at that intersection. But, enough of me complaining. Anyway, so the nearest waypoint is just outside of Rickville here. So let's go here. We're going to go to the eastern waypoint of Marcella. Alright, let's run in. And so they're just up past the beauty salon, up on our right. Yep, there they are. All right, you two, stop.
I can't believe her.
This was to be expected. I am so sorry, my bright daffodil, but this is the end for us.
Ursula, please be calm. I will deal with this. Now you listen to me. To begin, the disaster was not caused by the poison. Palatinos is wrong. That's not why it happened. Second, we don't have the retort. We left it back at the foundry.
Very well. I want to know everything you saw.
Yes, I will tell you everything. You see, we weren't the only nighttime guests at the Mage factory. We were just fetching the order when I stumbled upon some horrible ritual. And the explosion. We ran outside and that spirit attacked us. It was furious. Ursula dropped the boiling flask. Palatinos saved us. He subdued the spirit with a spell and it let us go. We left the flask behind at the Mage factory.
Now this is starting to sound like the truth to me.
We were at Castle Ardennes. Palatinos fled right away and the spirit... what was his name?
Ador. That was what Palatinus called him. That is the spirit's true name, Ador. Unfortunately, before I could command this entity, it called for help.
More spirits appeared and we ran. Oh, how we ran. And then, what else could we do? We spent our last coin on that poison.
By what evidence can I know you were telling the truth?
If you need a witness, talk to Ador. He will tell you we're telling the truth.
We told you everything. You won't put us in chains after we've been so helpful to your investigation, will you?
The shady schemes of the Marcellan nobles interest me not in the slightest. I've seen far more nefarious characters.
Okay, so now we've got to go back to Palatinus. Yes. Alright, so Odalin, he's got 4 sets of armor here, as you can see. 2 are for warriors, I guess, and then 2 are for mages. And you could go with Sanguinius robe here for 30,000, which has some pretty good resistances. Or you could go with Immortal's armor, a little bit more money, a little less armor, but you get +1 more magic power. Well, let's see. We will go with Immortal's armor, but before that, let's sell the stuff that we don't want right there. Yeah. Because this will leave us pretty broke. Yeah. Okay. So let's try those duds on. There we go. Yep, she looks a lot more badass now. Starting to look like a mage. Oh, and also with this, you're going to see that it is 1 piece out of 6. And this is the part I was explaining in the beginning. Unless you save scum, you're not going to get all 6 pieces. But that's just the way it is with that. I mean, maybe you can. You might get lucky and get the drops after some battles or some quests that give you the rest of the gear, but I haven't. It hasn't happened to me. Okay, so let's go. So now we need to go back to Bernard and to Palatinus. So let's go to the Goose and Logos Tavern waypoint.
Today's a very important day for us, my lovely.
But why?
And then we will go to Bernard first.
My boy wrote to say he started studying the art of brewing elixir.
Yeah.
So I shielded the village dog.
This guy, he's got it pretty good. Has us do all the running around and he just hangs out at the tavern.
Oh, I'm so glad to see you. Did you find anything out at the Mage's Tower?
The restless ghost of a necromancer is to blame. He commanded a disciple from the tower to pour enchanted water down onto your village. The water contained a dark magic that nourished the necromancer's spirit. Something deadly for humans. That's what poisoned the villagers.
But why did this ghost want to harm our village? What did we ever do to him?
There's no why to it. The mages would have noticed the spirit and banished it at once. You didn't sense his presence, however, so he latched onto you like a tick.
What now? Will this entity feed on our strength until we all wither away to empty husks?
Who knows? The spirit's power is contained within a certain artifact. Destroy the artifact and your life force will return. Too bad I don't know where it is.
Oh, why did I get tangled up in all this? There's no hope left for us. If someone could find that wretched spirit and bring it to justice. The entire village is dying and no one cares. How is that possible? You work for the prince, don't you? Help us. Amanda said the artifact had been dug up from those crypts on the other side of the bridge.
Okay, so we need to go to the crypts on the other side of the bridge. But we need to go to Palatinus first. Let's run up to him here.
Did you find them? Did you get the retort?
Worry not, Palatinus. The retort is still in the Mage factory. Ador knocked it out of Ursula's hands.
Oh no. It fell on the floor then. That's even worse. The retort may have been damaged. If so, the poison will start seeping out and spread around the Mage factory. And then, who knows how many more people will go mad from breathing in its miasma. The Widow's Kiss has already destroyed the Mage factory.
You overestimate the potency of your poison, Palatinus. It wasn't the cause of the disaster. Besides, you might as well retrieve the retort yourself. You have a whole swarm of spirits at your disposal. Take advantage of them, like you did of Ador.
I can't. No one can. The Mage factory is quarantined by Cathorn's magic and a whole army of mages. Besides, I can't even remember how to get to the Mage factory. My mind's on fire. I need to neutralize the poison, and quickly. But how can I do that with the Widow's Kiss still inside the Mage factory? Find the retort, and your reward will be generous. You have my word.
Okay, so that got updated. Yeah. So we need to go to Ador and probably fight him, and then we can find out what the hell happened and where the retort is. But anyway, that's a little ways down the road. We need to go through this fight next, and then we'll go up here and investigate those two quests. So let's see, before we jump into this, I want to take out the archers and let's bring in the Dark Adept. We have a lot of training to do. So here we go. equal enemy. And I like to have everybody start over on the left-hand side. Put the ghouls there. Ghosts there. Assassins right there. Okay, round one. So we have the flamethrowers back here and the free archers here, and then two groups of the raiders. Well, this is a great time to show chain lightning. And so we're going to hit the dwarves, and it should bounce to all 5 of their targets. Yeah, perfect. That is just how we want it. Okay. So our mercenaries were going to wait. The assassins were going to backstab the free archers. Okay, so now the Dark Adepts. See, they have Spellbind. They have Magic Shackles. And we are going to do that on the free archers. That way they cannot use their double shot. And then we are going to have him shoot the raiders. Raiders go after the ghosts. And these will too, with hit and run. And they kill the ghost. Boy. Okay. Let's wait on the ghosts. 2. I would rather the mercenaries take the counterattack there, and then the ghosts can finish him off. Oh boy. This is too tempting. Not that they can do anything, but let's have the ghouls use infectious claws. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Alright, so next turn, let's use Celestial Fire. I kind of want the ghost to take them out. The assassins move up. Okay, so Dark Adepts also have Ill Fate, which makes it so that unit will take a crit. All damage done to them is a crit. Good girl. You lived. Alright. Scream. Let me get over. Jump back. Alright, mercs. Go after them. There you go. They are gonzo. Round 3. The assassins to take out the flamethrowers. I think I'm gonna have to use a healing on the ghost just in case they decided to shoot at them. think they missed. Okay. And that's it. Ooh, we get a level up. Cool. Everybody got some XP. And we made about 615 bucks. Cool. Okay. So, with this level up, this is kind of a good one. Not that I'm going to make this anything amazing or anything, because I'm not, because I'm going to save all those talent points until level 16. Then I will use them up. But the cool thing is we reached level 15. So now we have these items that are now available to us. They are unlocked because, well, it took to level 15. So we get the Rod of Deception, which is 5 to Warfare, 5 to Magic Power. However, it casts a rank 3 weakness spell. And weakness, as we all know, the enemy deals minimum damage. Whatever their minimum is that's what it is. That's the best way I can explain it. And then we also have the Staff of Harmony, which is 5 magic power, but 10 arcane magic and or knowledge. And we get to cast a rank 3 status spell at the beginning of the battle. And a status spell is basically that unit cannot get a debuff of some sort. If you're up against a boss that is a mage, and all they like to do is cast spells and make it so that you do minimum damage or whatnot, or say you're weak, or your armor becomes less than what you start off with, then that can't happen to you, at least not the first round. But that's also where it's good to get the magic power up, because once you get to level 75 or 75 points into magic power, then it'll last for 2 rounds. So that's something else to keep in mind. Okay, so we came across the bridge, and then you could see we discovered the waypoint there. We are deep into these weeds, but look what's way deep in these weeds. A chest with a diamond in it. Very good. Yes, this is very good. Okay, come down here. You get a large chest, and large chests always have a little bit more gold. So we have 780 gold. We get a Dancing God's mask and an ancient skull. Yeah. I bet you everybody puts their Dancing God's mask on their mantle at home. Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Another cart from the fair. The lair must be close.
Okay.
That was a good outing.
So up here, the top of the hill here, we see this door with this guy guarding it. A bandit.
What do you want? We're cutting timber here. I'd stay far away, unless you want to catch a falling tree.
No, don't want to catch a falling tree. Okay, here's another large chest and another Dancing God's mask. But this time we get a little bit more gold. Got 1,000. Yeah, pretty good. There's a pouch right there. Trying to get around the rock. There we go. Okay, so now we can go back down the hill. And then there's a couple more caches to loot. And then we can go down the other side and go towards those 2 quests that we got going on. Yeah, there's a cache here. 225, not terrible. And another one here. 197. And a horseshoe. You think it's a lucky horseshoe? I don't know. Alright, so at the bottom of this hill, we're going to go to the left first. Come down through here. There's another cache right here. We're going to touch this mummy.
Is this what I need?
And oh, hello, where'd you come from?
Mummy spirit, reveal your name.
My name was Molino. It does not matter now, however. What do you want from me?
I'm aware that you want a certain artifact returned to you.
Yes. And yet, I don't see the blazing scroll on you.
Well, at least now I know what I need to search for. Is there any way you could see that blazing scroll?
I can sense it, but I can't retrieve it. The mages buried the scroll and enchanted the place to ward off the undead. You can help me. Wait! Let me gaze upon it once more. Wait!
Okay. Yeah. That was kind of strange.
I hope I'll be spared the typical traps and riddles this time.
Alright, so now we are to find the treasure in the ancient tombs. Right here. Fran's grandfather. Okay. So we come in here and we see 4 masks up on the wall. And so let's read the tablet. And then you just kind of got to look at how they're feeling that day. Start with laugh, then sadness, and then indifference, and then attack or anger. Okay. Laugh, then sadness, and then indifference, then last is anger. Voila.
I found the crypts. I hope the treasure is still inside.
Okay, so let's open the esophagus. And we have Aristocrat's gloves, 500 gold, Aldred's spyglass, and Aldred's map. And we got 300 XP for that. Now the Aristocrat's gloves that we just got says merchants will offer 5% more gold when trading with the hero, and their prices are also reduced by 5%. But then you notice that this is 0 out of 3, or should be 1 out of 3. So you need all 3 of these to get the bonus or get the discount. So keep that in mind. That's how that works. Okay, War Memorial, +1 to Warfare. And then we're going to go back down to Nilberg. So, he is a recruiter of the undead. And you can see we have the archers, we have the zombies, we have the ghosts, we have the ancient ghouls, but we do not have the death knights. We do not have these guys yet. You may ask, well, are these guys any good? And I would say these guys are very, very good. And we are going to buy some right now. you can have up to a total of 5, but they are 1,000 leadership apiece. So at 25, that means we can have 2. And kind of broke, so I'm only going to buy 1 more for the time being, since, they're only 3,100. So what makes these guys so good? Well, we know about taunt and what that does. You taunt your enemy, and then so they got to come and attack these guys and no one else. But the other piece that I really like about them is the chieftain. I like this better than I like this, and I still like taunt. But the chieftain, which in combat grants +1 to morale to all allied anarchy ideal units. So this is why I like playing with the anarchy units, is just for this guy. Because when he bumps the morale +1 to all of our anarchy units, I mean, you think about the math, right? That's 10%, right? Each 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So it gives you an extra 50% chance that you will get one of those units per round to go twice. And then when you add that to, I mean, like a piece or something, like of armor that gives +1 to anarchy morale, and then you put the resolve scroll on top of that to where you get 30% chance. Yeah. It's just, in my opinion, I get pretty excited. Okay, so we are done here. No, I want to check something real quick. This guy over here, he didn't really say much after.
You speak like one of the ancient sorcerers of Nagarajar. Where did you get this relatively fresh body?
My knowledge of black magic allowed me to claim another man's body. I am by no means perfect yet, but once I have my artifact, I shall become fully human once more, powerful and vigorous. It's the only way for me to survive the Blight. The dead speak of nothing else.
What do you know about the Blight?
It is inevitable. The dead are terrified by it, more so than the living. If only I had my scroll.
Okay. I thought maybe he gave a little bit more insight to... Come on, trigger. Nope. See, this is where... Okay. Where you can get kind of botched up with him. Okay. So let's continue. We're going to go back across the bridge. And let's continue down the hill over here. We saw that there is a mana crystal here. So let's tap into that. 200 mana for that. Let's look for some more lost loot. And there's a chest here. The silver ingot. Okay. And so we have another area of the Blight. We have the Scryer here as well. And a garbage pile. Okay. So let's do this fight now.
A new meeting, Seer. And another battle.
And another battle. Tyrant is an ancient mage from the Serpentine Age who conquered flames, darkness, and gold. He will lead hordes of gargoyles, undead, and a powerful bone dragon into battle. You will smite all creatures of the void.
Okay. Yeah, so let's do this. This one's pretty fun. I tell you, they do have some badass looking armor sets in this game. Okay, deadly enemy. So we have the blight here, and the ones that we haven't seen yet are the hollow blades, and they have a lot of hit points, 606, and they do just melee damage. However, it is a lot. So, yeah. Okay, so what do we have? We have gargoyles at rank 3. But look at this. Yep, spoiler alert. This is something we have to get at the end of the game or towards the end. And that is a rank 2 bone dragon. Yeah. So if we look at him, 5,400 leadership is what it takes. And this is why I pumped up glory, because the only way for me to get this to this number is with glory. So there we go. So active skills is putrid aura, just spews out poison, and then he also has this replenish ability where you can restore all the hit points back, but it consumes all action points. So let's get it on. We're gonna move these guys up. Okay. So we have a spell book, 90 mana. We have the Unbreakable spell, which unit is immune to debuffs. Rain of Fire 2, which deals 314 to 426 damage in all units in a 7 hex area. Not too bad. And then we also have Plague 2. So in a 7 hex area as well, 269 to 370. Okay. Well, my poor gargoyles here. Yeah, we're going to put them here. And just kind of go there. They're going to be the setup. Their bait is basically what they are. And they just take a beat down. Okay, round 2. So what we want to do is use Plague here. And yeah, and then the Rain of Fire. Okay, then we're gonna wait. They hold their own ground. I gotta give him credit for that. Oh, there goes one. Wow. Let's see if the zombies kill him. The zombies didn't even kill him. Wow. Okay, let's bring in the dragon. And we are going to use Putrid Aura. Now everybody's poisoned. Okay, so probably the first one to take down would be not the Soul Eaters, but the Giants. because of the stun. Yeah, see, he's gonna stun him. I guess not. I guess he already used it. Let's see. Oh, we have a lot of health left. How much mana do we have? 30. So Plague, we will take damage as well, but yeah, we can handle it. Yeah. And we are victorious. So we get Maximilian's armor, plus 15 to armor, minus 1 to speed. We will sell that too. Okay. So let's run on down here. There's a cache right there. Okay. Here is Govin. He is a recruiter, but for dwarves. All for dwarves. Here's a waypoint, Windy Port Fair. Yeah, nothing back there. Okay, let's talk to, or not talk. Zach here is a trader. Let's see. Sell our trash. We'll even sell the armor. Yeah. And then I'm going to get these 2 scrolls. He has Adept's Mask, which 2 magic power for where, let's see, where do we stand on magic power? 69, so 271, still be short 4. 3. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how she feels about putting a mask on, but we could do it for the 2 magic power, and then we could take either one of these really, and this would be better than that one for now, or even this. Okay, we'll go with that for now. That way we should be at 73, not quite. Nope. Okay, well, we're close. Alright, there's some bags back there. Okay, well, I think we're gonna stop here for today. Yeah, we got a lot done today. We did some fighting. We got some quests, runarounds going on. So I want to appreciate and thank you all for watching and going through this Let's Play with me, and we will do this again on the next episode. Okay, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.